Chapter 3: The Adjustment and Maintenance of Individual Parts. 1. Adjustment and Maintenance of Clutch. The TD80 series adopts the German LUK clutch. This is a dry, single-piece, disc spring press-tightened, independently operating, dual-stage clutch. The chief clutch's chief components are wearing plate, main pressure plate, auxiliary clutch wearing plate, auxiliary pressure plate, release level, main spring, auxiliary spring, and so on. 1. Adjustment of freedom journey of dual-stage clutch pedal. To ensure the clutch works normally, the clearance between the release lever end of the main clutch and the release bearing end, and the clearance between the release lever end of auxiliary clutch and release plate end of auxiliary clutch is kept at 2 to 2.5 millimeters. The freedom distances of main and auxiliary clutch pedals are 25 to 30 millimeters and 20 to 25 millimeters respectively. Due to continuous abrasion of the wearing plate, this clearance will decrease. Check it regularly and adjust as necessary in good time. Adjustment of clutch pedal freedom distance has two methods. 1. Adjustment of main clutch. At the left of gearbox, loosen the nut and turn round clutch pull rod to make the freedom distance of clutch pedal come to 25 to 30 millimeters. Then, tighten the nut and adjust the limited bolt to working state. Adjust the limited bolt of release rocker to make the working journey come to 113 millimeters. 2. Adjustment of auxiliary clutch. On the right of gearbox, the adjusting method is the same as that of the main clutch. The freedom distance of auxiliary clutch is 20 to 25 millimeters. Working journey is 90 millimeters. 2. Adjustment of release lever position. When renovating to install the clutch assembly, make the distance between the release lever end of main clutch and driven plate assembly end of auxiliary clutch and 96 plus or minus 0.5 millimeters. Keep the distance between release lever end and driven plate assembly end of auxiliary clutch at 121 plus or minus 0.5 millimeters. 2. Adjustment and maintenance of gearbox. TD80 series tractor has three kinds of gearbox. One is 8 forward gears and 4 reverse gears. Another, with creep gear, has 16 forward gears and 8 reverse gears. The third, with shuttle gear, has 8 forward and 8 reverse gears. Do not adjust while operating the machine. Notice that the lubrication oil between gearbox and rear axle is interchanged. The filling hole is in the back of the rear axle housing. When draining off oil, screw out the plug of the gearbox and rear axle, and clean off the scrap iron absorbed by the plug. 3. Adjustment and maintenance of rear axle. 1. Adjustment of small taper gear bearing. 2 taper roller bearings on the small taper gear shaft are pre-tightened. When adjusting, reduce the adjusting washer. After tightening the round nut, make sure the pre-tightening torque of turning round small gear is 1.5 to 2.5 Nm. 2. Adjustment of bearing clearance of differential assembly. The bearings of differential are pre-tightened. The wearing of bearings can make end plate clearance on the large taper gear. The pre-tightening will decrease. Check it regularly and adjust as necessary in good time. 3. Measurement of gear side clearance. Slip the lead slice to the non-working face between the taper gears. Turn around 2 gears to press lead slice. Then measure its thickness near to the large end of the gear. The value should be 0.15 to 0.3 millimeters. Measure it at 3 equidistant points across the circle. The fluctuation of side clearance should not be over 0.1 millimeters. If the mesh clearance is not satisfactory, change adjusting washer number of differential bearing seat. If the clearance is too large, draw out the adjusting washer of right side and add it to the left side, and vice versa. 4. Adjustment gear contracting trail. Coat red paint on 2 sides of the large spiral beveled gear, then revolve gear assistant in 2 directions. The painting trail on the small gear is the contracting trail. Ideal contracting trail is dotted in the middle of working teeth and near the small end. Keep the distance from the edge not less than 3 millimeters. Its length is not less than 60% of the length of the teeth, and the height is not less than 50% the height of the teeth. If the trail is not ideal, adjust the bearing seat washer of small driving taper gear and change the bearing seat adjusting washer of the large driven taper gear to realize it. Notice that if you draw out a washer from the right, you should add this washer to the left. Make the clearance among 0.15 to 0.3 millimeters. If necessary, change the 2 gears together. 4. Adjustment and maintenance of arrestor. After abrasion of arrestor wearing plate, freedom distance of brake pedal will extend and the brake function will lapse. Adjust the distance between pedal center and the floor to 175 to 185 millimeters. Make sure that the clearance between the limited bolt and brake pump is 3 to 4 millimeters. The freedom distance of pedal is 20 to 26 millimeters, and the working journey is 110 to 120 millimeters. The working journey of handbrake handle is 220 to 250 millimeters. Adjust the length of handbrake pull rod to within the range of the working journey so that it can be operated reliably. Adjusting methods. Push the handbrake handle to the original position. Loosen lock nut and turn round pull rod fork to adjust the valid length of handbrake pull rod until the working journey is satisfactory. Five. Adjustment and maintenance of steering system. 1. TD80 series tractors adopt full hydraulic steering system. Please note the following. 1. Check the oil level of steering tank. Fill with oil as necessary. 2. The oil outlet of pump, tank, and redirector and the pipe joints should be tightened firmly to avoid oil leakage. 3. Check oil leakage at cylinder piston rod. Check if the oil seals lapse. 4. Check if the steering horizontal pull rod ball pin and the insert pin on the steering cylinders has become loose. 2. Adjustment of front toe-in. To reduce the abrasion of front tire, check and adjust front toe-in. Adjusting method is 1. Put the guiding tires straight forward. 2. Measure the distance of front rear end between 2 guiding tires on the same plane height through guiding tire center. 3. Turn around horizontal pull rod to make the front end distance 4 to 12 millimeters shorter than the rear end distance. 4. Tighten the nut on both ends of horizontal pull rod. 3. Adjustment of front bearings clearance. Front wheel bearings are worn and torn. The clearance augment and the bearings wear out easily. When adjusting, the front wheel should be above ground. Dismantle bearing lid and pull out hatch pin. Screw nut to eliminate the space and back nut 1/30th to 1/10th of a circle. Then insert the hatch pin, tighten it, and install the bearing lid. 6. Adjustment and maintenance of wheels. 1. Adjustment of front tread. Brace the front axle of the tractor with a jack. Remove cylinder bolt, adjust cylinder position, loosen adjusting bolt of cross rod and remove bracket of guiding wheel to expectant tread. Then tighten nuts and bolts. Adjust the cross rod to the corresponding length, tighten adjusting nut and cylinder pin, then insert the hatch pin. At last, lock the nut. 2. Adjusting method of rear tread. It is adjusted by changing different fittings between felloes and webs, and by exchanging the positions of both wheels. Notice that the wheel's rotation direction mark should conform to the tractor's forward direction. 3. Operation and maintenance of tires. 1. The air pressure of tires should come to the regulation value. Guiding tires' air pressure is 0.2 to 0.25 MPa. The driving tires keep 0.11 MPa when working on the farm and 0.14 MPa when transporting. Keep the air pressure of the two sides of the tires the same. 2. If the tires' vanes are worn and torn asymmetrically, interchange the left and right tires. 3. Assure standard front towing value or the guiding tires will wear out quickly. 4. If the tractor is not to be used for an extended period of time, jack the tire and deflate the tires. 5. When the driving tires slide, it is essential to discontinue working with the tractor. 6. Don't run at a high speed on an unequal road or a road with detritus and cinder. 7. Maintenance and structure of the electrical system. TD80 series tractor's electrical system adopts a 12-valve single line and negative pole ground. It consists of engine starting equipment and illumination signal equipment. Engine starting equipment includes starting motor, generator, battery, and ignition switch. Illumination and signal equipment consists of every light assembly,